How to play a match game. A match game is quite different to play from a stroke game. Most tournaments are stroke games, but amateurs play match games, which are rather more complex. The rules differ, and so do the penalties, so it's important to know what applies to which game. In a stroke game, points are accumulated over the entire 18-hole course. At the end of the game, the player with the least amount of strokes is the winner. In a match game, the total number of strokes for the 18 holes is of no account. Rather, each hole is a competition in itself, and the player who has the fewest number of strokes for that individual hole is the winner. And at the end of the competition, the player or two-man team who has won the most holes is the winner. It's important to know and understand your opponent's game so that you can plot your own moves strategically. This is not to say you take more notice of his game than your own. John Ball, champion British golfer, always claimed to play against par. It is said he never even noticed his opponent's mistakes, so busily was he concentrating on his own game. That said, unless you are a 5 handicap player or better, you are better off to play against your own personal par. You should always keep to your own game plan, if you have one, and don't let your opponent's pace unsettle you. Just keep on at your own pace, be it faster or slower. Keep your emotions in check. If your opponent has a bad shot, no need to throw your hat in the air and yell. Your turn will be sure to come. Keep your energy for concentrating on the game rather than kicking your heels up. If you can maintain your composure, you will be more likely to play a good game yourself. Remember that the first hole is just as important as the last one, and don't get careless before you even tee off. Keep your socializing in check at the start, too. It's amazing how comments about the weather or family can distract you from your game. Don't quit before you finished. Just because you missed a few shots or got into the rough doesn't mean that you've lost. It's not over until the last shot has been played, and you never know when your opponents may play as bad a shot as you just did, or worse. On the other hand, be wary of carelessness when you are ahead. Remember that you're playing the course as well as your opponents. It's a good idea to do some practice putting before the game to see how hard the course is. Watching your opponent's ball will give you some indication of this. Be patient. Many games are won by the mistakes of your opponent rather than your own spectacular game.